So earlier today, there was this incident, and I'm going to sum it up. Real Madrid have been attacking this specific ref over the past week. That exact same ref is going to be the ref for the match between Barcelona and Real Madrid. It is going to be for the Copa del Rey final. But Real Madrid and their television channel continued to talk about why this ref is so unfair and why this ref gives better results to FC Barcelona and not Real Madrid. On Friday evening, that exact same ref went up to the press, started to speak about what has been going on, and he did tear up. He does not like the fact that his family are looking at him like if he's some sort of thief. It does, in his opinion, disturb the family circle. Hence the reason why this exact same ref was tearing up. He was sad and furious because of what Real Madrid are trying to paint on this man here. So once the ref was tearing up and he was crying, a couple of minutes later, not even a whole hour later, Real Madrid came out with a statement and they stated that they are no longer going to be participating in the Copa del Rey final, that they don't want the match to be played unless the referee is changed, because they believe that what the referee said earlier on that evening, the fact that he teared up and whatever, Real Madrid thought that all of that was unacceptable, which is outrageous. It's crazy to hear that Real Madrid are saying that, oh yeah, what the ref is doing here, it is unacceptable. But then when you realize that the reason why the ref was even acting like that was because of what Real Madrid TV were doing, it just makes Real Madrid look like a bunch of cowards. And what Real Madrid truly do want is to have a referee that goes into their favor. They do not want a fair game. What they want is a ref who favors them in the match decisions. They want their best chance to defeat FC Barcelona, because they know if it is a fair game between Barcelona and Real Madrid, when it's neutral, they know that they will lose. They know that they will get clapped by Barcelona. With Rafinha scoring goals, Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, they know that. They know that they are super weak and vulnerable. Hence the reason why they're trying to take out this ref from refereeing in the final. So what they want is special treatment, as they always do, and what they have been doing over the past few years. Now, with this given context, Javier Tebas finally came out with a statement, because I did talk about Javier Tebas and I said, okay, you're so quick to respond to FC Barcelona when they have to say something, but when Real Madrid have something to say, you do not want to say anything. But Javier Tebas finally came out with a big statement, and this is what he said. This is not football, it's power control. He, Florentino Pérez, doesn't like Tebas because he doesn't do what he wants. He doesn't like Keferin because he doesn't do what he wants. He doesn't like the TV commentators because they don't say what he wants. They do not want to move forward with the referee's reform because it is not what he wants. And now, after the referee's statement, fed up with the constant harassment from Real Madrid TV, he responds as he knows how. He skips training, he doesn't attend the official acts of the cup final, and he leaks that he will not be present in the Copa del Rey final. He doesn't protest, he pushes, he doesn't complain, he threatens, he doesn't disagree, he punishes. He doesn't want to improve football, he wants his own football. And this is not the worst thing. The serious thing is that many allow it, consent to it, and help him. So it's insane to me to hear that Real Madrid believe that they can move however they wanted to move for this final. It's insane to me that they had the audacity that they can just remove whatever ref that they want and replace the one that they want, what Real Madrid want to do. Just like Javier Tebas stated, this is not football, it's power control. And so look, here is going to be my big input. What happens when the beauty of football gets stained by power manipulation and scandals? Because today I want to dive into this controversy surrounding Real Madrid, because if we're just going to be looking at this situation and think that this is it, that this is the only thing Real Madrid have been in terms of the media, there are so many other things that took place in this past season. This season, Real Madrid have been awarded 12 penalties, twice as many as FC Barcelona, and 6 of those that Real Madrid have gotten came in the second half of the season. So already you can see that there has been so many penalties given to Real Madrid, it's not even funny. Through those penalties being given, we also have seen players like Vinicius, Bellingham, and Mbappe being accused of getting lighter punishments for fouls that would normally be seen as harsher bans for others, meaning that when we saw Mbappe almost break the leg of the opponent, he only got a 1-match ban. When we saw Bellingham say F off to one of the referees, he barely got a punishment. Vinicius as well, for speaking so much, doesn't get any punishment whatsoever. Vinicius, as a matter of fact, can say whatever he wants, scream as much as he wants, cry as much as he wants. There will never be any punishments. But the moment you have Lewandowski touching his nose, 3-match ban. We can even talk about the Champions League. Let's remember what happened to Alvarez when he was taking the penalty. The ref ruled that off because he said it was a double touch from Julian Alvarez when he took the penalty, but it was supposed to be a penalty scored that would allow Atletico Madrid to progress to the next round. But no, the ref said, no, this is not allowed. You have lost it. This does not count. No, you cannot retake it. I'm sorry, Real Madrid, it's your turn. And then they went on and progressed in the Champions League. There was also this moment where Real Madrid played against Leganés in La Liga, where a penalty was awarded for Madrid after Arda Güler was fouled, leading to a 1-0 lead. But this decision was very controversial because the contact against Arda Güler was very minimal. Even Luka Modric was questioning, like, what's going on here? Keep in mind, it ended 3-2. This goal, lended by the refs, helped Real Madrid get the 3 points. But this is not anything new. Real Madrid has long been accused of benefiting from refereeing decisions, and even while they enjoy these advantages, they constantly complain about the referees. So, like, to me, in my opinion, and maybe to some of you guys, this is pure manipulation. It is manipulation, and this has been part of the system for decades. Even the Spanish media heavily supported Madrid, often downplaying controversies, and defends the club's actions. But I'm not going to fall for it, because when Madrid constantly protest like the way that we saw them do for the Copa del Rey final, it's a tactic. Like, it's all of this is just a tactic. They pressure the referees, they do manipulate the narrative and distract the opponents. That is what they do. And trust me, this is not breaking the rules. This is not like illegal, but what they're doing is bending the rules. Not breaking the rules, but bending the rules to their favor. And the impact from all of this is that it's being called embarrassing, shameful. It's Real Madrid being called as one of the most biggest babies in football, and that football has ever seen. Like, how embarrassing is all of this to try and bend the rules, knowing that you have the best players in your squad? Like, your team is just so bad, right? You guys have no sporting structure, no nothing, no idea on how to play football, to the point where, like, it just forces you to try and cheat your way out of things. Like, how bad could this team be? Like, I feel bad for Mbappe and Vinicius, right? Because Vinicius and Mbappe, as good as they are, they might go down as players who may never win the Ballon d'Oro. So I believe that in terms of the bigger picture of all of this, Real Madrid's influence over the media and the referees, like what we have been seeing, has been damaging the sport's integrity, hurting rivals like Barcelona, especially because this is our biggest rival. And this does make the fans question the fairness of football altogether. So there's just so many things. Like, we can talk about Barcelona receiving fewer penalties than Madrid this season, Vinicius avoiding a proper suspension after assaulting, I believe it was like some player named Dimistri or something like that. We also do have Osasuna calling out biased refereeing by Gil Manzano. Osasuna got punished. Madrid do that all the time. They never get punished. Real Madrid, as a matter of fact, got to this final of the Copa del Rey by questionable calls against Celta Vigo and Real Sociedad. You guys can go watch those matches and how Real Madrid's journey has been to get to this final. Meanwhile, the fact that these clubs and these other referees are staying silent, it's all part of the corruption, and they are part of the problem too. They have to speak out. It cannot just be like bro, I am just a YouTuber. I am just somebody who talks about FC Barcelona. Why can't there be other people out there that have better positions to say things like this? And so in the end, this does set up Real Madrid for a bigger humiliation down the road. And I'm talking about like tomorrow. I'm talking about the Copa del Rey final, because if Barcelona end up winning this game, even with Real Madrid putting on the pressure on the referees, it's going to be so embarrassing for them. And like, I honestly feel like Real Madrid wanted to step away from this game. They did not want to play because they were scared to get clapped by Barcelona. But now that they are, it's only going to make this win by Barcelona even more historic. People will talk about this in 25 years, and they're going to be talking about how Real Madrid tried to corrupt this game but couldn't do much, mainly because Barcelona's excellence has been too much for Real Madrid. In the end, it is a real tragedy. It's not just about the club's actions, it's about being lost, right? The soul of the game is being lost. Manipulation, corruption, hypocrisy, distrust. Football deserves better. The fans deserve better. Now the question is going to be, will anything change? And so as of now, in terms of like short-term solutions, I just really do hope Barcelona defeat Real Madrid now, because this whole thing just pissed me off. As a matter of fact, I don't even think Real Madrid can win in this scenario, because if Madrid win, everybody's just going to be talking about how Madrid tried to pressure the referees, hence the reason why Barcelona falls short to Real Madrid. But if Barcelona win, then of course it's a win-win situation. Barcelona cannot lose no more from here. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.